hierarchy right from the beginning, like where is it going, what are our expectations, or even how do you trade this coin. It's important to understand technical analysis, and we're going to start off on our basics here, understanding that this is a contraction phase, understanding that this is a previous contraction phase. Okay, so just market structure. We're going to start on our monthly. Turning on my, excuse me, my pivot highs and lows. I really like to turn those on, and those will guide me and tell me where my highs, my lows are. Okay, so on my monthly chart, what I want to do is mark my high and my low to get my range going. So this is going to be my high for the monthly, right? And this is going to be my low for the monthly. Beautiful. What I'm also going to do is connect some trend lines. I'm going to go from the previous high, 1 touch, 2 touches, and that's going to be giving me a resistance trend line. I'm going to do 1 touch, 2 touches here, and this is going to give me my support, right? And as you can see, we're building a flag. I also like to use 1226 EMAs, and that's just confluence to tell me, okay, are we in an uptrend? Are we in a downtrend? Right? And just looking at price action, we could see 1226 EMAs are flip bearish. That's causing a downtrend. So let's move into our weekly. Within our weekly, we know that it's barely holding this monthly support, correct? In my weekly, I'm going to rinse and repeat, same process. I'm going to turn on my pivot highs and lows, and this is going to guide me to get my range, right? So we have created new highs. So I'm actually going to use the previous high as my weekly range here. So that's going to be my weekly high, and weeklies are orange. In my low, right, pivot highs and lows is teaching me, showing me that this is my low. So we're getting closer to price action. What's it doing? Where is it going next? And I do want to, just looking at it and understanding the Forex pattern system, right? I want to show you something really quick that I just realized. And I use a higher high, lower low indicator, great indicator to just find our highs and our lows. Okay, give me a 6. I want to see more highs and more lows. Okay, that's good. So just on our weekly, right, we have our range. So let's draw our trend lines. And I use this higher high, lower low to help me draw the trend lines. So I'm going to go ahead and do a 1 touch, 2 touches on my weekly, right? Giving me that beautiful support. I'm going to do a 1 touch from previous high to the new high that was made here. We can see it in red, how it's marking that it's our high. But just off the bat, you know, understanding again market structure, we understand this is a contraction phase, right? This is a previous contraction phase. We have trend down, and now we're here in our contraction phase. So just understanding this, every contraction phase will give you a pattern. Okay, so within this contraction phase in our weekly, can we find a pattern? So just off the bat, I could be totally wrong, right? But if you ask me, this seems like a little bit of a bearish flag. Okay, so something to consider. Let's look at our RSI. What's it doing on the weekly, right? It's trending up as it is, just like price action, but just something to keep in back of your mind. Also, again, turn on 1226 EMAs and understand, okay, in the weekly, we are in a bullish trend. Price action is above 1226 EMAs. Wonderful. So now that we have our range and we have our weekly trend lines, let's move into the daily, right? Rinse and repeat. Everything's rinse and repeat here. In the daily, what we're going to do is same process. We're going to focus on our contraction phase, right? It's all about market structure here. So we have a contraction phase, a trend up, contraction phase up here, even this zone right here. This was a cute little contraction phase, right? Trend up, contraction phase. Now we're trend down. So this is our contraction phase, and this is the only section you should be worrying, especially if you're a day trader, right? Okay, and we are going to be setting up for our next trade for XRP. We're going to be looking where it's going next. So on my daily, what I want to do, same process. Where's your support? Where's your resistance, right? So using pivot highs and lows, that's going to guide me. And I hope my music in the background is not too loud. Please let me know. So right here, using pivot highs, we're going to get our low. And daily is yellow. Daily is high. So back to just finding the range right within price action. So now that I have my daily range, let's throw some trend lines. And as we can see, everything seems like it's coiling up. So I did one touch, two touch. And the reason I choose this is because it's pointing to price action, right? And that's my concern. I want to be concerned about price action. Okay, so now that we have here, same process. Do you see a pattern within this contraction phase? What do you see as a trader, right? So same thing, I'm gonna open my highs and my lows. And I like to, the lower the number you go, the more the more highs and lows you get. Why can't I get it together here? Okay. For some reason it's not okay. It might not. Nope. See, it went to 11 again. Maybe it's not working. It's too low. But anyways, so within this contraction, can we find a pattern? It's kind of hard right now to say that there's a pattern here. But if, I don't know why it's not letting me to do, okay, let's do 2. Right? It's pretty hard to say what pattern, but we have our high and our low. So it's okay if you can't find a pattern, you know, move on to your 4 hours. So in our 4 hours, what do we see here? Right? In our 4 hours, and we are setting up for our next trade on XRP. And more than anything, what's it doing, right? So on my 4 hours here, same process, rinse and repeat, guys. Right, price action is above 1226 EMA, so that makes it a bullish trend. What you're gonna do is come in and mark your high for the day of your 4 hours. This is your high here. This is your low, right? We're getting closer to price action to make a decision of how to trade this coin. Where's it going next? And more than anything, what pattern do we see? Right? Every contraction phase is going to give you a pattern. Just off the bat right here, guys, I mean, this could be like a rising wedge. It could be a bear flag that I see too. If you take the retrace from the high here to the low, let me change my fib here. I have a lot of fibs. Different, let me turn it around. So just off the bat from this high to this low, right, we had already a nice retrace to 50% retrace. Right after each move, you're going to have a retrace. So now that we're here on my 4 hours, we have our range. We're going to go ahead and do some trend lines again, just based on price action. So just based on this high, we can connect it to our previous high here in green. right? It looks like it's coming down here. 1226 EMAs again, right? So we have a 4-hour range, our resistance, and this is our daily support, and that's sufficient enough. We're gonna move on to our 2 hours. Within our 2 hours here, you know, as a technical analyst, we have to make the best technical decision of where this could go. And it's all about market structure, right? We had a high, we had a lower high. Now we're making a lower high, sorry, higher low. So is this lower high done, right? Or could it continue to go to the upside? That is the question, because this could be our next support for our 2 hours. So we'll go ahead and mark it really quick as a support, right? Let's go in and on a smaller time frame. As we know, this is a possible support. So this is wonderful. You can see the 1226 EMAs turning bearish, and I'll hide the wicks, right? You trade with the flow. You trade with the trend. It's critical. It's important to understand that it's a day trader. So the trend is flipping on XRP on the 30 minutes already. And if you actually consider all those touch points here as support before we broke down, right, without even looking at the wicks, right, we see our support. Hi there, Cassie. I am Awake and So, and I teach technical analysis, and yeah. So we're looking at XRP, and you know, it's bouncing above our support, right? So we had a trend break, and now we're retesting again. Our 1226 EMAs are turning, they're flipping. So something to be aware of. So if this is a down movement, if this is a trend reversal, where would be my trade, right? A 15-30 minute trade is going to take approximately 24 hours, even a day or two. So I do my targets based on a 1-touch, 2-touch points. This is my highest peak. So my target would be the low back to the day support. Okay. So another way, and the way I take my trades is based on trendline break, based on support being broken, right? And also the 1226 EMA flipping and being in my side. That's how I confirm my shorts. But let's keep going into our smaller time frame, right? Just here, what do we see? What is this contraction phase showing us? Because this zone itself is a contraction phase. Okay. So right off the bat, we're going to connect some trend lines. Okay, so we know a big move is coming up. This could be a nice, cute little rising wedge on the 15 minutes, right? And again, back testing to this 1 hour, when it was support, now it's going to be resistance. So we know that, you know, this could be a nice scalp long here, or again, wait for a reversal as it seems like it's coming down. So you could play it both ways. The way I would enter this is based on my trendline breaks and based on my range. So this would be my range off the bat. This is my previous high, and I'm in the 5-minute now. This is my low. Okay, so now I know where it could possibly go. So what I want to do and what I want to see before I even consider a trade is I want my high to be broken. I want this purple resistance lines to break. So I want price action to break out, retest, and then confirm our trend up. Okay, and my entry would be the next higher low, and my stop loss would be at previous higher low. And that's how I'll take that long, but not till it's confirmed. And it's important to confirm. So as we can see, this is our range, right? So if it gets stopped here with this resistance, it's gonna flip to the downside, and then let it flip, let your support break, let the support trend line break, get that retest, and then continue to the downside, right? And that's how I set up for my trades. That's how I play this game. No expectations, and just taking one good trade a day. So XRP, 5 minutes. This is your range, and either you're gonna have a nice scalp to the upside right now, right? And remember, stop loss always under the lower high. Make sure your risk management is done right. Make sure, like me, I won't get stopped out more than 2 times a day. I won't lose more than $20 a day. I'm a scalper, I'm a day trader. So when I do my charting, as you saw from the beginning, I do it a thorough technical analysis. I start on my monthly, weekly, daily 4 hours to give me the best possibility chance of, okay, this is a possible uptrend if we break this trend line, this support, and we could scalp it really quick. Or of course, if we break this daily resistance, right, we could find a target, a higher target. And again, my target is based on a 1 touch, 2 touch. This is my lowest price action, so this would be my target. Okay, right off the bat for XRP on and again, if we find that rejection and if we don't clear this high, this resistance, we'll be setting up for a short. Okay, we're fishermen here, and that's what I'm teaching. I'm teaching you to get ready, set your alarms, and get ready to play the game. Most of all, it's a beautiful game, but you have to be patient. You can't just rush into the charts and assume that this is going to happen. You have to wait for the charts to do what it's going to do and then take action. Okay? There's no emotions. Nobody cares about your feelings charting. It's just do what the charts tell you. And that's what I teach, and I hope you learned something. Please follow me. My YouTube, I just started streaming in TradingView. This is my second stream, so I'm so excited. I am recording this to post on YouTube too. But I've been gifted this beautiful knowledge that I want to share with the world, how easy it could be when your emotions, when your expectations are gone, and just keep focusing on, your range for the day. Another great indicator that I do use when I trade is the sessions indicator. And this just gives me confidence, right? We're in the New York Open right now. Price action is above a point of control. So if it goes above London point of control, that's going to also give me that confluence to take a long or take a short. So thank you so much. May the force be with you. And I always say, remember to do everything with love.